right, back to 7 Mile. I go. Let's talk about why the Detroit Pistons ended up with Bogdanović. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notification. We go live or drop a video. So, the Pistons ended up with Bogdanović and got him for less than the asking price. Is because Bogdanović is on an expiring contract and he wanted an extension, and that scared a lot of the trade pursuing teams away. Right now he's on an expiring contract, I think a little bit more than $19 million. Also, the Pistons have Nerlens Noel, Alex Burke, 2 other players on expiring contracts. So Pistons was able to dump Saban Lee, who probably wasn't going to make the roster, and they was able to dump Kelly Olynyk, who has 1 more year on his contract, in exchange for Bogdanović expiring contract. So right now the Pistons want to evaluate Bogdanović and see what they got first, and then they gonna move accordingly. And if they got something that they feel like can help them down the line, then he gonna be a Pistons for a while. If it really ain't what they looking for, or so they got a few players to watch for at the trade deadline, which might be in their best interest to just unless they bringing back draft capital, it might be in their best interest to just let their contract expire and have a bunch of money in a plentiful free agent market next offseason. So they got a lot of options. You got guys like Porzingis, Kuzma, Jeremy Grant, a few other guys out there. I can't just remember off the top, but it's a plentiful market next year. Very plentiful. So you may see in a scenario where they might see what they got and plug in what they need around Cade and everybody else. So it's a lot of very unknown variables when you get to talking about the Pistons. You don't know, really, to be honest, you don't know what you got in Cade, if he gonna make a second-year jump or whatever. You don't know about Durham and Jaden Ivey because they rookies. Now you got Jeremy Grant going. Will Sadiq Bey step up? You don't know what Dwayne Casey gonna do. I seen the video, which I'll share in the shorts, where Jalen Durham and Isaiah Stewart just jacking up threes, and that's just a bad sign for me. Especially Durham going out there shooting threes, man. I don't like Casey's philosophy on offense. I don't like him at all. I let that be known when they was hiring him. I preferred Ime Udoka, but obviously Udoka going through some other stuff. But hell of a coach. I knew he would be, but I don't like that. You got guys, who can't post up. You got guys, who need to be in their role. Everybody don't need to shoot threes to be successful. And that's the problem. People talking about spacing and all that shit. How did Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas and all the motherfucking space then? That's my whole thing about it. Lead the guys that's the true spacers and shooters like Bojan Bogdanović, Alec Burke. Let them shoot. But Durham should be working on boxing out. Durham should be working on staying out of foul trouble, playing defense with his feet and not his hands. He's working on posting up, 10 to 15 footer bare minimum. That's it. 10 to 15 feet minimum is where he should be shooting the ball. Bank shots, posting up, turn around, going over the strong shoulder, coming with a counter over the other shoulder, over the left and the right shoulder. That's what he should be working on. You got these motherfuckers out here, excuse my language, shooting threes, bro. Like, that's what they gonna do. You're not a 3-point shooting team. Hate to break it to the Pistons. You're not a 3-point shooting team. That's why Bogdanović and Alec Burke got brought in. You're not. This team is an attacking team. They run and they attack the paint. Do that. Stop settling for threes, bro. You don't have to shoot threes because that's the trend. Be the new trend. Beat the old trend. That's the crazy thing about it. That irked my nerves, dude. That he that's what's going. I can tell you what's gonna hold the Pistons back. And I'm gonna do a video. That'll be my next video once I make it to my 7-mile destination. That'll be my next video. You know, but Bogdanović, yeah, he gonna prove it. You know, and that's probably why he flew over here so fast. You know, to be in the good graces and to get his money. You know, but then again, you know, if he a value, man, you gotta pay him. If he a value, you gotta pay him. Cause he gonna be that spark plug off the bench. I thought they were just gonna stagger. To be honest, for that natural scoring off the bench, I thought they were just gonna stagger K and Ivy minutes or bait minutes and let them go out there and be the focal point. That's what I thought they was gonna do. Honestly, I really thought that's what they was gonna do. Just stagger 8 minutes and let them go out there and you know, be aggressive. With Bogdanović now, I mean, you still could do that. It don't hurt to have 2 spark plugs off the bench. But I was thinking more of like bringing in Jordan Clarkson or something like that. But this is good too. He's a more efficient 3-point shooter than more efficient scorer overall than Jordan Clarkson. So now, I mean, you got somebody like Alec Burke, like, you know, he a balanced guy. He can shoot it well, score it well, handle it, facilitate. I mean, then you got Bogdanović who can just flat out get buckets. Nunners, Noel, you know, whoever else, Durham, Bagley, you know, they can do what they do, lock the paint down, rebound, whatever else they got to do. You know, Hayes, whatever that he do well other than defend, you know what I'm saying? You know, then you got Diallo who can slash, you know what I'm saying? So they didn't really have that scorer off the bench, honestly. They really didn't, and Bogdanović gonna have the green light. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how they kind of stagger their minutes to see kind of what combination is going to fit with him. Are they just going to say, well, go out there and everybody's space and let Bogdanović just, you know, do what he do? Or they going to be like, let's give him a PIC, a partner in crime. Let's give him Burke or LeBay, or let him grow with Ivy, or let him grow with K. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be interesting. You know? And if you had to ask me, I can't call it. If you had to ask me, I literally couldn't call it, bro. You know, I just think the key to the season is Cade Cunningham jump. And, you know, who gonna defend the rim and rebound and defend the paint. And how that stretch 4 position gonna work out for him on the defensive end more than the offensive end. That's pretty much. And also Sadiq Bey. With Jeremy Grant being gone, is it just that Sadiq Bey is inconsistent? Are they gonna make him a vocal point? I said he should lead the team in shot attempts. I told you, yeah. He can do so much with the basketball that he, you know, that's why I thought he'd probably be the one they stagger the minutes with him and Ivy. You know, he got so much more to give, posting up, facilitating, shoot. And he's so bad defensively that, you know, if you just gonna make him a floor spacer out there, he's just sit in the corner and not contribute, you know what I'm saying, you know, until, you know, his number called on the floor, he not giving you nothing defensively at all. I mean, at that point, he becomes a liability. You know? So, they got some questions to answer. He got a lot of questions to answer, and they got to be real. You got to take the emotional attachment. You know, if Dwayne Casey is not going to make him a vocal point of offense, you got to move on, because you can find somebody that can do that can 3 and D and actually defend better than he can. So you got to call his number. You got to, you know, the same shit in Orlando when he coming off off screens and catching and shooting, you letting him isolate and get his own shot. Let him do that with Ivy and Cade out there. That's just going to make them that much more deadlier. Let him go out there and have the green light. He gonna make the right plays. He gonna pass what need to pass. Cade and Ivy can find him. You know what I'm saying? Let him go out there and get in the groove early. And once he start, you know, getting hot and stretching the floor, getting in the rhythm, then, you know, Cade Cunningham gonna know what to do. He gonna know when to kill it, when to score it, when to pass it. You know, he know exactly what to do. You ain't gotta tell him when not to be aggressive. He know exactly what he gonna do. And then Jay and Ivy just gonna have to play off that cut. You know, find Sadiq when he find the players when he need to find. So that's what I really think. Bogdanović gonna jump in there because he naturally gonna be able to score. You know what I'm saying? So you got a natural scorer that you can even put in the starting lineup, play down the stretch with the starting lineup if you want to. But they gonna have to defend, dude, and that's the crucial part about it. If they ain't defending, dude, they not gonna win too many games. They gotta defend. It's make Sadiq Bey a focal point of the offense. They gotta defend. They gotta get a jump from Cade Cunningham. You know what I'm saying? They gotta get somebody to lock down that paint. And if they still believe in Isaiah Stewart can be that guy, he is that guy, like in increments off the bench. You can steal some minutes from him. But him being out there is a liability when you're talking about going up against bigger teams like the Cavaliers, when you're talking about going against bigger teams like the Milwaukee Bucks, both in your division. Indiana is kind of in the transition. They got rid of Sabonis and Miles Turner, but you talking about, they still was there. Then you talking about them. So, he not athletic enough to play the center position full time. He's the type of guy you put out there to steal some minutes. If he ain't athletic enough to jump and defend the rim, his foot speed is not good enough to be on the perimeter or stay in front of somebody neither. So that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a liability between him and Sadiq Bey on the floor defending at the same fucking time. Just being honest. And Lord knows you put them in the combination with Bojan Bogdanović, you gonna give up like 150 points a fucking game. So that's just something that you gotta think about, bro. Like, you gotta be realistic, dude. It's okay to be optimistic, but you gotta be realistic. They're gonna have to get some answer questions, bro, and make some tough decisions. And there's none tougher than Sadiq Bey. If he don't improve drastically defensively, and he don't, they don't call his number offensively to get him in the groove, you can't pay him then. I'm sorry to say that. Unless you're talking about I can get a coach in here that can make it work, and then that's the roll of a dice. Because they can find somebody cheaper at that small forward position who could defend, and who can just stretch the floor. When you underutilizing a player, that's a problem. And Dwayne Casey is not fitting this team towards his strong suit. And I don't care what they say about Dwayne Casey. You gotta fit a team around their strengths, not around standard. But what he want to do with this team, Bogdanović fit perfect. Burke fit perfect. They do fit perfect for what he want to do. But the problem is, Ivy, K, Bay, Stewart, they don't fit. Cade Cunningham, we know he a better shooter than Sol last week, but you ain't good as your numbers say he was. He wasn't a great shooter, nowhere near. Sadiq Bey wasn't a great shooter last year. Ivy coming in here, he's not a great shooter. But that is for another video. But hey, Bojan Bogdanović, he ball out, he get a contract. He gonna get paid for somewhere though, to be honest. You probably looking at a contender at the trade deadline, Phoenix, Denver, somewhere like that. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notification. We go live, drop a video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $CJGood313, Venmo, CJGood313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Well, excuse me, only Spotify and Anchor, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Sorry, y'all. Think about the channel. Check out the Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Peace.